Hello and welcome. In this section, we will be learning about arrays. This section can be found in page 79 of your programming manual. In this session, it will be divided into three videos. The first video will talk about the structure of an array, which includes the declaration on how to assign values to an array. The second video will talk about how to make use of an array in different examples. And lastly, the last video will talk about two-dimensional arrays. So to start off, we can say that an array is a data structure which can store a fixed size collection of elements of the same data type. An array is used to store collection of data, but it is often more useful to think of an array as a collection of variables of the same data type. So uh, last time we learned about how to declare a variable. It's basically when you declare a variable, it will just look like this now. So here we define that a num has a data type, or this variable num has a data type of an integer. Now, uh, as defined by an array, usually an array, let's say for example, you want to have the same data type, the same name and the same data type, but can store multiple types of datas or multiple datas. So in order for us to make it simpler, we try to make use of the same name and the same data type. Okay, so how do you write a array or declare an array? So to start off, similar to what we did when we declare a variable, but in this case, we are going to place there a square parenthesis. Now, the reason why you have this square parenthesis is to indicate the number or the size of your array. So let's say, for example, you have 2. It means that your array that has a variable named num is divided into two sections, and it has the same data type as int. So here we can see that this is how you are going to declare your arrays by simply placing there a square brace and indicating the size of your array. So how are you going to assign values into that array? To assign values into that array, basically, you are just going to place it. Let's say let's place a value 20, and once you have this one, you have to also indicate the index. Now the index starts, since we have there a value of 2, therefore our index will always start with 0. So the index, you can index those values starting with 0 and 1. No? And however, and that is the maximum size, which is equals to 2. Now there are still some students who gets confused with this one. Take note that when you are going to declare, that is the size, but when you are going to assign the value, you are going to make use of the index. So let's say for example, I'm going to make use of 0. So it means that um, the portion in which I'm going to place 20 is placed in the 0 index value. The next one is, let's say I will place a value inside the index value uh, of 1. So here you are completely using all of the spaces assigned in your declaration. Now, let's try to see if it really stores those values. So let's say uh, number. uh, so, so number 1. Then we are going to display the value. And when you're going to display, of course, you are going to also show the index value. So 0. Okay, so let's try to run this one. So if we run this code, we can see there that num1 has the value of 20, and since that 20 is indexed in 0. Okay, so let's try to show the other one. Let's try uh, number 2, and we are going to write there num1, the index value, And let's try to run it again and see if it is running uh, correctly. Okay, so you can see here num1. By the way, let me make it more cleaner. Let me place there NL at the end. So if you run this one, you can see that the arrays, the values that you place, like say num0 is 20, it's placed in 20. Num1 is 12, it's placed in 1. Okay, so take note of that. Again, here, when you declare a array, it means that this is the maximum capacity. But when you are going to assign values, the index will always start at 0. Now, let's say, for example, we are going to make use of cin, cin command. So it's very easy. So let's say cin, then just say num, place it in num1, num0 first, then the second one, cin will be placed at num1. Okay. So here, if you're going to run the code, we can see that since we have cin already, we are prompted to input values, let's say for 2 and 5, and therefore the number 1 will be 2, and the number 1 will be the value of 5. Okay, so that's how you make use of cin command. And again, going back, just remember the index value. Now, let's say, for example, I want to declare multiple numbers. So, or very large numbers. Let's say, for example, you have 10 numbers. So you can actually write it like this. Individually, you write the values when you assign it. Let's say 20, and so on. And sometimes this is very redundant, or not redundant, but uh, very tiring to always write it like this. However, there is a much simpler solution to do that, especially when you are going to declare variables in your arrays, or declare or assign values to your arrays. To make it much cleaner or much simpler, you can just make use of the curly brace command, in which case you are going to write it this way. So uh, equals, and inside the curly brace, again, you have there 12. Let's say we input these values, 23, that's 23, 25, 60, 90, 101, 1. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 31, 32. So we have there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 values that is placed in sequence, which is in this one, it is indexed as 0. This one is indexed as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So if we are going to look at it or try to check, if we say 9, it means that it will get the 32. So if you are going to run that one, we can see that the value is 32. And if we say 0, again, this one is indexed as 0, therefore the values that will be shown will be, oops, sorry for that, will be, oh, what is that? 0, and if we run this one, it will be 12. Okay? So we can see that the values that is shown there is 12. Now, the next thing is, let's say, for example, the good thing about, let's say, The good thing about arrays is that you can make use of variables inside of the square brackets. So let's say, for example, I have here cin, let's say I. Let's make another variable, an integer, which is I. And this one, the I, will indicate to us which index are we going to show or display. Okay? So let's say, for example, we run this one. So since we are queued to what place, so let's say, for example, this is 1, 2, 3. So if we want a 0, 1, 2. So if we are going to say 2, then press enter, you can see that it is 35. Again, you can make use of a variable for your index. That is what is unique about the arrays. Okay, so next videos we will learn more examples of arrays.